And this is a great opportunity for the teams to really assess the difference in the cars. I bet they have all these cars with the exact same aerodynamic configuration, and trying to see what the pace of these cars are. Here's a quick onboard replay with Rossi. Oh, whoa, way too low into turn 2. You got to remember, you're sort of turning into the sun there, Diff. It's kind of hard this early in the morning. We're not normally on track till noon, as we see all 3 Penske drivers out there running in formation. A little bit of race running from Team Penske, kind of taking the opposite approach to, say, an Andretti Global, who went out in qualifying format right away. Alex Palou looks like he's timed his pit exit to jump onto the back of this train.
I like this. I like this. And Hinch, to your comment, it's typically Andretti Global that does this, and you've been a part of that. They get out there and run 3, 4, you know, sometimes 5 strong.
They were one of the teams that sort of pioneered running, you know, scheduled group runs with teammate cars back in the early ones when they were running 4, sometimes, as you said, 5 cars. They could have their own group run without anyone else's help.
Yeah.
And then people started tacking on. And if you see that line of cars on the apron, they all want to come play.
Let the party begin. And we're only in the first hour. Look at this. This feels like Fast Friday. And it's early Thursday. Tell the folks at home why he's doing that. He doesn't want out. If he wanted out, he'd abort and just go to the low side. But he just wants to get out of the front of that pack. Oh my goodness. Alexander Rossi right on the pit wall.
Rossi on Grosjean. Grosjean just trying to follow in the wheel tracks of Palou in front of him. Rossi having to be very aggressive down to the inside to get it done. But that's what you're going to see on race day. As we take a look back, you see Rossi up there. A little bit of a defensive move from Grosjean, but
that's within a tire width. That's within a rear tire width of the wall.
Yeah, plenty of room. Plenty of room. Let's watch it from Rossi's vantage point.
Come on.
Oh, you heard him just hesitate on the throttle there.
Teammates going at it here. This is Alexander Rossi ahead of Pato. Oh, what, and a big crash! That's Linus Lundqvist into the wall. The rookie finds out the hard way how the Speedway bites on this Thursday practice session. Oh boy. He was tucked in behind the Arrow McLaren duo and the American Legion Honda into the wall.
Well, you know, chatting to him a few weekends ago in Barber, he was telling us about his MMA background.
Yeah, exactly.
The kind of training he does, and so good to see him standing up under his own power.
All right, now we know that he is okay. Let's show you a replay. Look to the lower side of your screen. Wow. That could have been a lot worse, actually, Diff. He managed to hang on to that thing in a slide a lot longer than you normally do. And then to not have the car hook back to the inside wall. He just lost the rear of the car pretty early on turn in. And just a gentle glance there. Knowing Linus the way we do, he's just gutted for his team. That Soncio Grand Prix in 6th place, huge championship points. Check this out. Grosjean thinks about going to the inside, and Ferrucci says, no, not just at the moment.
Hey, we've seen these two going at it for the last 2 weeks in a row, Diff. This is not the place, however, you want to be bumping and grinding on your fellow competitors.
We talked about this earlier. He was at Dale Coyne Racing as well, and of course returning now to Rahal. But some information that he can take from some different teams. Oh, car in the wall in turn 4. That's one of the Andretti cars. Marcus Ericsson, big time crash.
And he might catch the attenuator. Oh, 3 impacts outside of turn 4, inside of turn 4, and then the attenuator, massive shunt for the number 28.
Okay.
Great news there. I hear Marcus saying he is okay. That was a huge collision there at the exit of turn 4, left side first, completely flattened that number 28 Honda.
We talked about after Linus Lundqvist's incident in turn 2, how it was a quote-unquote light wreck for an oval. This is the comparison. I mean, look at the state of the left side of this car compared to what we saw from the number 8.
Great to see him climbing out.
So here we are, turn 4, just gets down onto that curb. It upset the car just a tiny bit, and by the time he caught it, he was out in the gray. Nothing he could do. Hands off the wheel. Oh. You know, we've seen in the past drivers getting on that curb and being able to catch it, but so far, 2 for 2 touching the curb.
Look at the safer barrier flex when he hit there.
You talk to any driver from the pre-safer barrier generation, the difference in hitting that versus a straight concrete wall, absolutely massive. You know, we talk so much about, that's just so ugly. They've done a great job with that attenuator, though. We've seen some big shunts. I think back to Spencer Pigot a few years ago. That was a massive accident that luckily he walked away from in real time. Ericsson into the medical car. And with how much running we've lost from weather, it's just not really running he wants to lose. I don't want to say it's running he can't afford to lose. That might be pushing it a little bit, but certainly not running that he wants to lose. And for Kyle, this is as much about getting into the rhythm of a qualifying run. You see him having to make engine adjustments there, shifting. This is his first flying lap. His warm-up lap was a 2:16. That's not a bad warm-up lap. You see a car down low coming out of the pits. Let's watch through 3 and 4. Maximum lights going in. It's perfectly geared. Going into turn 3, just getting up to the soft limiter in 6th gear. Might be looking at downshift there. You see the thumbs coming up, making some adjustments. First lap for Larson. A 2:22.5.
Nice.
That is very quick. That puts him only a little bit off the top 5 for no-toe laps at the moment. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to learn, and the yellow flag is out as we see the 24 of Connor Daly slowly crawling down the back straight. He's made it to the pit decel lane.
He complained about something about the front end on the radio.
So trying to keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, you see a little bit of smoke coming off the right front. That means it's working against the racetrack. Maybe there's something internally in the upright. Yellow conditions have now become checkered flag conditions. And Diff, standard practice is over. Now we go into Fast Friday. Here's how it shook out. Pato O'Ward led the field with a 2:28.8. Scott McLaughlin in second. Below Herta Newgarden round out your top 5.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.